Good morning. Welcome to Falcon TV. Today is Wednesday, June 10th, 2020. I'm Jackson Gatens along with Sarah Gettings and the rest of the FTV crew.
Juniors, today and tomorrow between 8 a.m. and 4 p.m. is the textbook, equipment, Chromebook drop-off for you in the Blue 4 gym. Make sure to return anything you need to hand back in.
More businesses are being given the okay to open on June 15th, but not every business is yet. There's one local business that has decided to make its own call. The Tilton Square Theater in Northfield couldn't wait and has reopened according to its Facebook page. We believe the intermission we've undergone can safely be over. We're flashing the lights, the theater wrote. It cited CDCS guidelines that state in Phase 1 of recovery large venues can operate with strict physical distancing protocols. The theater said that it has installed sneeze guards at its concession stands. It requires customers to sit 6 feet apart, while the groups that come together can sit together, and theater chairs are sanitized before and after each screening. Face coverings can be removed while moviegoers are seated. Co-owners Clint Bunting and Brett D'Adolfo said they used up their federal Paycheck Protection Program loan to keep their employees on the job, but the funds ran out. The Northfield police showed up at the theater but did not issue a summons or ticket. However, they showed them a copy of the governor's executive order.
With protests still happening, the many advocates for police reform are making the case to defund the police. But the phrase defund the police doesn't mean what many people might think it means. Be not afraid, Christy E. Lopez, a Georgetown University law professor, wrote in the Washington Post. Defunding the police is not as scary or even as radical as it sounds. What it actually means, these advocates say, is reducing the police budgets and no longer asking officers to do many jobs that they often don't even want to do. Resolving family and school disputes, moving homeless people into shelters, and so on. Instead, funding for education and healthcare and other social services would increase. The challenge for advocates is that many people equate defunding with a major reduction in policing, and they don't like that idea. It's more of a redistribution and re-education towards the way situations are processed and handled. However, like all change, there are fears and concerns, but with the call of the people and rallying, it looks like the potential for a change may finally be on the horizon.
For all interested girls, there will be a tennis meeting today with Coach Ponzetti. If you did not get an invite but are interested, please email him. The Google Meet meeting begins at 1 p.m.
Oakcrest Stylist magazine was a little different this year due to the virus. Mrs. Carr and all those who submitted work did an amazing job, so we wanted to air a virtual stylist. First, we head over to Mrs. Carr with an introduction.
Hi Oakcrest, this is Mrs. Carr. I'm very pleased to be sharing with you this year's issue of Stylist. Stylist is Oakcrest Art and Literary magazine. The purpose of Stylist is to share and celebrate the incredible talent of our Oakcrest students. Inside Stylist, you'll find artwork, photography, graphics, poems, stories, fiction, and nonfiction works. Special thanks to Ms. Miller-Dobbins, Ms. Bach, Ms. Rock, Mr. Ponzetti, and Mr. Thomas for their help with submissions. I am so proud of this year's issue and the incredible work that it celebrates. Please enjoy.
Gray by Haley Citron. They asked me my favorite color. I told them it was blue. They shrugged it off. In their world of gray, black and white spreads were arranged. Blue was foreign. Blue was sad. No one had seen blue. No one saw color. But I saw color in you. You were red. I was blue. In a perfect world it makes purple. But sadly to everyone else, you were gray too. State of Mind by Ariana Reeder. It's not the wrong time or the wrong place. It's the wrong state of mind that becomes clear with the right pace. Is It Wrong to Say by Charisse Gervacchio. Is it wrong to say that I don't want to live under your shadow? The heavy weight I carry all the time, not only on my shoulders, but my heart and my head. It goes all the way down to my feet, anchors my toes, to the point where it's dragging me down to the core of the earth. Is it wrong to say that I don't want to follow the footsteps you've laid out for me? I want footprints of my own, not a copy of another. Is it wrong to say that I don't want the easy way? I want to work for it enough for me to say that I deserve it, that it's worth it. Is it wrong to say that I disagree with the words you speak? My thoughts contradict with your opinions? Am I entitled to my own? Don't persist with my disbelief. Is it wrong to say that I want to be myself, not you or him or her or anybody but me? Is it wrong to say that?
Welcome to Oakcrest by Casey Booth. Welcome to Oakcrest, where we bleed blue and white. Welcome to Oakcrest, where Fridays there are guys in tutus. Welcome to Oakcrest, where our lives are displayed on the wall. Welcome to Oakcrest, where we fell in love with Friday Night Lights. Where our sports are good and our spirit is great. Where our arts are our number one and our academics soar. Where teachers and students are closer than ever. But there's another side to Oakcrest that nobody really sees. Our yellow shirts aren't for style, but for Josh. Our matching wristbands aren't a cute fundraiser, but for Bailey. Our phone cases hold funeral cards instead of Polaroids. First tattoos aren't flowers or birds, but initials of those who we have lost. People don't see the times where our school has come together. There are lines out the door at our fallen brothers' funerals. You hug people you barely know because you are crying over your friends. School spirit isn't how loud we yell at football games or how much blue we have on Fridays. Our school spirit is everyone picking up a piece of our school to put it back together. It's us falling apart, but being able to rebuild stronger. Welcome to Oakcrest, where we are not friends, but a family.
Mine, Not Yours by Jaden Lee. I found you in my writings sprawled across the page like you owned them. In every story I wrote was you. I grew attached too fast, too much. But now I have learned this is my story. I don't need you to write it for me. Ocean by Isabella Signorella. An ocean voyage. Through rough seas you struggle, but the trip has begun. Smooth Departure by Stephen. When you decided it was time for us to part, your false smile was an obvious cover. While you thought of something smart, you knew you couldn't take the love out of my heart, so you took the heart out of the lover.
Keep up the writings, drawings, and artistic practices. All your effort is an inspiration. Nice job to all the participants.
We will again air a senior takeover video in the post-credits. So for me and everyone here at Falcon TV, enjoy the rest of your quarantine and your summer.
For Senior Takeover Day this year, Anthony Kaiser and I decided to take two very important topics to us and pair them together. We chose cultural acceptance and the coronavirus. How do we pair those two? Well, since I used to work in a restaurant and he currently does, we decided to approach how restaurants are reopening during this pandemic. So we looked at places like Virginia. They are using mannequins at their tables. Thailand, stuffed animals. Maryland, they're walking around in tubes. Germany, they're sitting outside with hats with pool noodles on them. Australia, they have busy restaurant sounds in the background. The Netherlands are sitting their people in greenhouses. Regardless of whether you think those methods are right or wrong, it's all about accepting them as different. Just because someone does something a little different than you doesn't mean it's right or wrong. We have to accept each other for those differences. So, without further ado, Anthony Kaiser and I are going to role play a situation where he is a waiter and I am a customer, along with a special appearance from my daughter Amelia.
Good morning. How can we help you today?
Table for two, please.
Your table is right this way if you'll follow me. This is one of the many ways our restaurant is helping keep our customers safe from the coronavirus. Here, the little one can wear it to help her social distance.
What is this for? I'll just stay in the greenhouse. Do you have any other tables available?
Sure, it's right this way.
Thank you. This is so much better.
It's my pleasure. Your server will be with you shortly. Good morning, everyone. My name is Anthony. I'll be taking your order today. May I start with something to drink?
Aren't you the same person from before?
Yes, I am the same person, but for your safety, we've limited the number of restaurant workers you interact with, and I think you'll enjoy what you see around you. Have you noticed the mannequins and the stuffed animals around? Take a look. Oh, that reminds me. Have you noticed the busy restaurant music? Take a listen.
You know what? I'll just stick with the German method.
Restaurants all over the world are using creative methods to protect against the spread of the coronavirus. How'd we do?